everyone, this is Dr. Kalpana and you're watching my YouTube channel Pharmacy Lessons Made Easy. This is the second video related to the plasma therapy, what it actually all about. In the previous video, we have talked about what plasma is, what is antigen, what are antibodies, what are immunoglobulins. These are all the terms which I shall utilize in my next part talking about what plasma therapy is all about. Okay, so how old is this therapy is? It is about 130 years old, and the next question that comes to our mind is when it got discovered. It got discovered in the year 1890 by whom? A German physiologist. His name is Emil von Behring. He was actually doing an experiment. He obtained the serum from a rabbit which got infected with diphtheria, and he found it that this serum that he obtained was effective in preventing diphtheria infection. The amazing fact is Behring got awarded for the first ever Nobel Prize for Medicine in 1901 for this therapy he discovered. So that is quite interesting, isn't it? Moving forward, what is the concept donor recipient in this therapy? Donor is the person who actually got recovered from a therapy or from a disease rather, and recipient is a person who is already infected with that infection. Like in COVID-19 case, COVID-19 is the disease, so the person who is actually recovered, who has recovered from this therapy, from this infection, will be called as donor, and the recipient will be the person who is actually having infection at the present moment, but in the past the donor has already recovered from the disease. So more recovered patient with the willingness to donate the blood will actually be a boom for this therapy, that is plasma therapy. So who can qualify to be a donor for this therapy? The person who want to donate it, his or her plasma should show negative swab test. Moreover, the potential donor has to be declared as cured. The mandatory condition is the potential donor has to wait for 2 weeks after recovery or should be asymptomatic for at least 28 days. Not only this, after these qualifications, he or she should be stringently examined and tested for certain mandatory factors like test for hepatitis, HIV, malaria, and so on. This is done just to be double checked, ensured that they do not pass on different pathogen to the receiver. Now, the next thing that comes to our mind is what actually is the technique? What are the steps that are actually involved in this technique? So step 1 is taking the blood from a person who has recovered from disease like COVID-19 sickness. Step 2 is the plasma is separated and screened for the virus neutralizing antibodies. In the third step, the convalescent serum and specially rich in antibodies for that pathogen is then administered to the COVID-19 patient. So the plasma will be collected from the donor and it would be transferred to the receiver. Okay, so the sick person will acquire the passive immunization. Now the next question that comes to mind is there any artificial way of doing it? Yes, of course. We can check the sequence of the antibody that is getting produced from naturally inside the body of the host, which is actually the donor, and we can use the techniques like monoclonal antibody or hybridoma technology for generating those antibodies in the lab artificially. It is not a natural way but an artificial way. Okay, now the next question is if it is the transfer of antibodies, then how it is different from vaccination? Actually, vaccination provides lifelong immunity. You might be able to recall that you are given certain vaccinations once you are born, after certain durations at regular intervals of time for particular disease. So lifelong you become immune to that particular disease. On the other hand, this therapy is quite temporary and it shows effect up to the time when the antibodies float in the bloodstream. Okay, you can mimic it the same way that when a newborn is there, then the milk from the lady, his or her mother, is actually transferring the immunity to the baby, right? So this is a kind of passive immunization. Okay, so this is the main difference between plasma therapy and vaccination. I hope you enjoyed this video. You have an overview what plasma therapy is all about. Do click on the like button, subscribe my channel and share it on social media. Thank you.